Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Friday, August 22nd, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. Start with the big picture. We have overhead resistance. We came close to testing last week in the low 350s to upper 350s. We actually did test a channel top, as you may recall, at 349.43. As we tested this structure over a week ago for several days in a row, we'd mentioned this is a short sale, long liquidation and short sale opportunity. Long liquidation because we provided a buy signal prior to that played out over the previous week, but it was a short sale on a 2 to 3 week basis, anticipating eventual bearish continuation to the 307.51 channel bottom. So 307.51 is the channel bottom to the 349.43 channel top, and holding below 328.70, a level that can be sold today on a day trade and even 2 to 3 day swing trade basis, will keep the channel bottom at 307.51 rather in reach. In fact, downside today, 316.48, that 1 week channel bottom, we spiked below on Wednesday. It actually held Thursday's lows roughly. It can continue to contain intraday selling pressures today, Friday, but if we break or open today below 316.48, I think you can anticipate 307.51 intraday, where profits can be taken on the short sale that may have been made in the upper 340s about a week and a half ago. 307.51 is also in close correlation with a simple rising trend line on the weekly chart off those recent lows over the last few months at 307.44. This area not only well suited to cover a short position, to take profits on a short position that you may have established once again at 349.43, but the 307.44 to 307.51 area also well suited to go long, whether it's a 3 to 5 day or 2 to 3 week swing trade. I want to emphasize 2 to 3 weeks back up into the upper 340s to low 350s. Now, if we do close below 307.51 today, it is possible, but I don't think likely.
If you're finding value in this analysis, it's only a glimpse of what we offer. Your real trading edge starts at wickedstocks.com. Each week, premium members receive 2 high-probability stock picks. Each one comes with a complete trade plan, including exact entry, profit target, stop loss, and regular updates so you can manage the trade with confidence. You'll also get daily video analysis in the top traded markets, the SPY, the Triple Q, and NVIDIA, highlighting the key price levels, trends, and trade setups we're focused on. Whether you're day trading or swing trading, these insights help you zero in on the highest quality opportunities with clarity. Try it all free for 5 days. Cancel at any time.
Nonetheless, we have a good high through the rest of August, and I would expect then the 276.52 2 to 3 week objective. So if we close below 307.44, exit that long position if you established one today in the 307 handle, and consider reversing and going short into the 276.52 region over the following 2 to 3 weeks, where we could bottom out into later September. This is, after all, a structure that goes back several months. 253.76 is really our backstop through the rest of the year. I don't expect 253.76, but if you're looking at the big picture, if you're looking at the weekly chart, you can make a case for the lower 250s. If we get a settlement today below that 307.44 area, it looks very simple, and sometimes the simple approach is the best approach. And so if you close below the trend line, if you close outside of this wedge today by closing below 307.44, I think you can play the low 250s as a 1 to 2 month target. On the way down, of course, we've got the mid 270s as an area that can contain weekly, possibly monthly selling pressures. As I've been saying, you could also consider this just sort of one wide zone of support that you could scale into a long position or out of a short one and reverse in the lower 250s, anticipating then upward rotation through the rest of the year. And then, well, who knows what the target will be at that point in time. We'll just see what the charts, are telling us. Once again, let's go back to kind of the day trade. 328.70 can contain today's highs. And if we push through or perhaps open above 328.70, 335.85 is in reach. That is an upside. I believe it's a 3/8 Fibonacci over the last week and a half of activity. Closing, though, above 328.70 does pivot the market north into next week. This is a solid 3 to 5 day pivot point. Selling 328.70 should keep what remains an objective at 307.51 in reach over the next 3 to 5 days. And if we close today above 328.70, just the opposite. We can rally by the end of next week into the upper 340s to low 350s at 349.43. Structure still able to contain weekly buying pressures, and you can increasingly combine it now with the 350s. It is the low to upper 350s that is our sort of primary ceiling longer term that can continue to contain buying, say, through September into the fourth quarter. And if we were over the coming weeks to close above 358.58, then we enter a long-term buy signal that I would expect over the following 5 to 8 months to yield that 520.88 5-year channel top. It could be sooner than that, but I think that is realistic now, given this sort of kind of a new, I want to call it the new normal, this incredible church steeple rally. And it amazes me. It doesn't cease to amaze me how often these play out in similar fashion. When you get this vertical move and the high is in, it just sort of cascades all the way back to its point of origin. But our upward pivot point through the rest of the year is a settlement above 358.58. Now, this week, WickedStocks.com put out 2 stock picks, one on Lyft, the Uber competitor, and also Sunrun Incorporated, the American-based solar company in the photovoltaic cells and battery storage systems, etc. You can see both of them. They're on the edge of providing buy signals that we're expecting at least 20%. One of them is close to 40%, perhaps, over the following 3 to 5 months, if elicited. I'm talking a 40% return on the underlying stock itself. So check it out at wickedstocks.com. You'll also get our daily Triple Q and SPY analysis, our weekly Apple, NASDAQ 100, and S&P 500 index analysis. So I will be back, of course, with Monday's Tesla, and you have a fabulous weekend.